I stood in the kitchen, the smell of burnt toast wafting through the air as I read the message again. A career in fashion design? Come on, Nicole, it's just a hobby. My mother's laughter echoed through the phone, a sound that ignited a fire in my chest. I could feel the weight of their disbelief pressing down on me, a suffocating shroud that stifled my dreams. Friends chimed in, their mockery sharp and unrelenting. I was a young woman with a vision they belittled as mere fantasy. But deep inside, beneath the layers of doubt they heaped upon me, a resolve began to form. I would show them. I would turn this passion into a thriving career, not just for me, but to silence the voices that echoed my fears. I spent my nights sketching designs and my days working part-time at a local cafe, saving every penny to enroll in night courses on fashion design. Each stitch I sewed was a rebellion against their skepticism. The transition was far from smooth. My first attempts to enter the industry were met with rejection after rejection. I remember standing outside the doors of a prestigious fashion house, my hands clammy with anxiety. I was armed with a portfolio filled with my best work, yet the receptionist glanced at it with disinterest before sending me away. I was crushed, yet I knew that each rejection was merely a stepping stone. I pivoted. Instead of trying to break into established firms, I decided to launch my own line. It was bold, perhaps reckless, but I burned with the desire to prove that I could carve my own path. I set up an online store, pouring every ounce of savings into fabric and thread. I spent long nights sewing, marketing on social media, and learning from every failure. After 6 grueling months, I launched Aurora, a sustainable fashion brand focused on inclusivity and individuality. The first month was slow. I made a mere $500 in sales. But I tapped into my network, reaching out to local influencers and stylists. Gradually, word spread about the unique designs and the ethical ethos behind my brand. By the end of the year, I had grossed over $150,000, and Aurora was featured in several fashion blogs. My small venture transformed into a full-fledged business, securing a valuation of over $1 million within 2 years. The moment came when I was invited to showcase Aurora at a high-profile fashion week. As I stood backstage, the rush of adrenaline coursed through me. I imagined the faces of my naysayers, those who had scoffed at my dreams as I stepped into the spotlight. Each model parading down the runway donned my creations, and I could hear the cheers of the audience roaring in approval. Years later, I returned home, no longer that underestimated girl. I stood at the family dinner table, watching my mother serve food, her eyes wide with disbelief upon seeing my name splashed across magazines. The room fell silent as I shared my journey. "You thought it was a hobby?" I said, my voice steady yet emotional. But it was my life's work. In that moment, I felt a weight lift, the laughter of my past melting into recognition. I had transformed rejection into resilience, ridicule into revenue, and doubt into determination. They might not have believed in my vision, but I had proven it to myself, and now they too would see it.